Welcome to Village Church Connections. I'm David Pavey. I once had a neighbor who was the proud owner of a scruffy dog he named Tasha. He loved Tasha dearly, though she had nothing to commend her to the human eye. She was black, though after backing into a freshly painted fence, she sported a white tail for a while. And there were patches of exposed skin on her back, where the hair had been removed for some reason. But in spite of her appearance, my neighbor loved this scrawny half-breed and treated Tasha like royalty. In similar fashion, other dogs managed to endear themselves to their owners. Some time ago, for example, a newspaper ran a classified ad which read, "Lost dog, $50 reward. Black and tan dog of poodle and German shepherd descent. Flea bitten, left hind leg missing, no hair on the rump, blind, and recently neutered. Answers to the name of Lucky." And we're lucky too, or I should say blessed. As my mother rightly pointed out on a number of occasions, there's no such thing as luck. Since God is sovereign, nothing happens by chance. Okay, fair enough. But the point is that we're blessed to have someone who cares enough to look for us and to rescue us because we have great value in his sight. I saw those two dogs, Tasha and Lucky, as having nothing to commend them to me. But to their owners, those dogs were precious. So people may judge us by our appearance, but God sees us through different lenses. He sees our hearts and places great value on us. There's an anecdote in the Bible where God instructed the prophet Samuel to go to Bethlehem and anoint the next king of Israel. There, Samuel saw Eliab, the eldest son of Jesse, who was a noble, strapping figure of manhood, and he thought, "Surely this is the Lord's anointed." But the Lord said to Samuel, "Don't judge by his appearance or height, for I have rejected him." The Lord doesn't see things the way you see them. People judge by outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. All 7 brothers were rejected for royalty. Then the youngest brother, David, who was watching his father's sheep, was called in. He was approved, and he was anointed. God sees your heart. He knows where your worth lies. The path to the throne was strewn with obstacles, but God cared for David in a remarkable fashion, such that later in life, the shepherd king could look back and testify, "God rescued me." Rescued. King David was gripped by God's initiative in rescuing him from the hand of his enemies. God rescued him from the giant Goliath, rescued him from the mad King Saul, rescued him from his rebellious son Absalom, rescued him from the belligerent Philistines, and rescued him from many others. His life had been a testimony to God's rescue initiative. God also rescued David from the internal enemies of guilt and depression, which resulted from his adultery with Bathsheba and the murder of Uriah. So why did the Lord choose and rescue David? It was not because of his appearance, even though he was handsome. It was not because he deserved it. He didn't. Nor was it because David had earned it. He hadn't. God saw his heart and knew he was disposed to pleasing his Creator. Every born-again believer does well to pause occasionally, like David, and to reflect on God's grace in our experience. Though there was nothing in us to merit God's favor, we have been rescued from physical dangers and from a wasted life with hell on the horizon. And we've also been rescued from the deep waters of guilt and depression, which result from our own failures. The God who numbers the very hairs on our heads, who cares about each little bird, who clothes the lilies of the field, is the one who says, "I have loved you with an everlasting love." Every day our thinking and behavior should be touched by the reminder of how God has rescued us and cares for us. When tempted by pride, it should humble us. When tempted by depression, it should lift us. When tempted by anger, it should soften us. We have earned nothing, we deserve nothing, but for some reason God took the initiative to rescue us. Tasha and Lucky, in spite of their appearance, were privileged dogs to have owners who valued them so highly. And Christians are blessed to have a God who calls believers his treasured possession. That should influence the way we live, right? And thank you for tuning in to Village Church Connections.